It's a Thursday and we bring you another jam-packed day in the MPBL. We are live here at the One Arena at Cainta, Rizal. And we bring you 3 good games of the MPBL. It's gonna be day 1 of, it's gonna be day 2 of our 5-game slate dito sa One Arena in Cainta. At tuloy-tuloy lang po ang aksyon dito sa MPBL. The first game we bring you Warlo Batak looking to get their second win here in the conference and wanting to put them back on the winning streak, going up against the young and up-and-coming Gerard Wilson and the rest of the Basilan Steel. And of course, our games today, the first of 3, Pasig versus Basilan at 4 o'clock p.m. Caloocan versus Bacolod at 6 o'clock, and Abra looking to get back on their winning ways later on at 8 p.m. versus Marikina. Magandang hapon mga kaliga. This is Juanito Gregorio alongside Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, it's gonna be 3 good games. How excited are you?
Yeah, pretty exciting lalo na dito sa mga teams. Really the theme for the day is about bouncing back. Except for Caloocan who came off a win in their last game. Everyone else really want to get back sa winning track.
Of course, so a lot of teams are coming off losses and wanting to get back. We also want to say hi to all of our viewers on YouTube, on Tap Sports, and on Solar Sports as well. Pag-usapan muna natin, welcome din natin kasama on courtside si Andrea Indicio. Andrea.
Both teams coming off a loss, Juanito and Coach Mike mula nga sa panig ng Pasig after that 30-point loss. Of course, it was definitely heartbreaking. Tinatawag nga nilang wake-up call. At they started this season with a win and following with that loss, sabi nga nitong kanilang head coach, maagang nawala yung confidence ng kanilang mga batang players mula naman sa Pasig, mula naman sa panig ng Basilan. After looking back at their previous game, they were leading from first to third quarter only para bumitaw ng fourth quarter. Malaki daw yung kanilang panghihinayang. So during their preparation, during ng kanilang ensayo, ginawa daw nila ang lahat para hindi na ulit mangyari ang ganitong pangyayari sa game na ito. More of this later on, but for now, balik muna sa inyo.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Marami pa tayong kwento na makuha kay Andrea mamaya. Coach, pag-usapan muna natin yung mga nangyari yesterday also here at One Arena. It was 3 exciting ball games and let's look at our games yesterday. A lot of Southern Division teams playing yesterday.
Yeah, Batangas edging out itong Binyan Tatak Gel in a very close game na decided na mga 2 minutes na lang yan. And of course, Marilao Gems defeated Negros, getting back into their winning ways. And then Rizal still unbeaten here in their home floor, winning over the Mindoro Tamaraos by 6.
3 good games, especially the first and the third ones. The Southern Divisions really looking to lock up their positions in our playoffs. Pag-usapan muna natin, talk about the team standings. Coach Mike, these are 2 teams coming off separate divisions. But let's look at our current standings right now.
Oh, importante nga para dito sa Pasig. Na-mention nga ni Andrea, kailangan makabawi sila after that 30-point loss against Batangas. Samantalang Basilan still, exactly doing the same thing, wanting to get back. They are 3-2. And the hope is makabalik ulit sa mga panalo ito teams.
Well, Coach, din naman tayo sa Northern Division. Only 1 team that is left unblemished with Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. Pero tignan naman natin ang Pasig right now at number 12 with 1.
Yan ang importante talaga para dito sa Pasig. I thought that they had a really good start in their very first game, especially to end the third and the fourth quarter in the very first game and then only to be, a tough game against Batangas in their second.
Pag-usapan naman natin ang Pasig in their last game. Coach, they won their first game, then going up against a tough team in the second game against Batangas, they lost by a big margin by 30 points.
Yeah, suffered a crushing loss actually against Batangas. 30 yung naging lamang sa kanila. It was a tough game. Vulnerabilities were shown really, lalo na on the defensive end. Warlo Bata clearly got contained by Batangas. Problem was really shot making. They got out-hustled on the board and in the paint. And, not enough help from the bench and huge deficiencies in those last 3 stats.
Well, pag-usapan naman natin on the other end, itong Basilan, they lost to Binyan. Basilan has been able to surprise a lot of teams here. Pero doon, lamang man sila, naihabol lang Binyan in the end. Basilan will go home with the loss.
Oo, ang magandang nagawa nila doon, ang ganda ng tulong na nakuha nila sa bench production, but they still fell to Binyan. Ang dami rin nilang na-convert na points of turnovers, but really challenged in making shots. Again, similar to Pasig, they got outworked on the board and in the paint and could not really defend transition as -9 sila pagdating sa fast break points in that game.
Well, a very exciting ball game we have here. First of 3. Let's turn you over to Miguel Perez.
Starters first for Pasig City. Starting at guard, number 8, Aaron Estacio. Also at guard, number 1, Warlo Batak. At center, number 29, Jacob Galicia. Forward, number 14, Lester Tamayo. Also at forward, number 17, the Samurai, Japs Bautista. The head coach for Pasig City is Ryan De Ramos. Assistant coaches Richard Rosales and Rainer Sadsad. The team owner is Buddy Encarnado. Here comes the starting 5 for Basilan Steel. Starting at forward, number 12, Tyron Chan. Also at forward, number 8, Joshua Ramirez. At center, number 28, Jello Loristo. To guard, number 10, Puroy Cantimbuan. Also at guard, number 11, John Wilson. The head coach for Basilan Steel is Arnold Oliveros. Assistant coaches, JC Poronda, Bobby Dick De Los Santos, Andre Oliveros, and Jay De La Cruz. Executive Director, Matt David. Team Manager, Mon Salve.
Your starting 5 brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Pasig will be starting with Estacio, Batak, Galicia, Bautista, and Tamayo, while Basilan will be starting with Cantimuhan, Wilson, Loristo, Ramirez, and Tyron Chan. Babalik tayo dito sa One Arena in Cainta, Rizal. Magandang hapon sa lahat sa inyo, mga kaliga. And these are 3 good games. Juanito Gregorio at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez. And on court side, we'll be having Andrea Endicio as well. First possession, mapupunta para din sa Pasig City. They go to Galicia. He likes that mid-range and misses on his first attempt.
The mid-range is going to be, primarily yung pinanggagalingan ng puntos nito ni Jacob Galicia, and they leave out, all the paint touches, all the fast break finishes to Warlo Batak, but definitely aasama si Jacob pagdating sa puntos in the perimeter.
Well, these are 2 guys that will really provide a lot, including Aaron Estacio. Keith Pido is here in the venue, but is not wearing basketball clothes, so he seems to be sick or injured. We'll know later on, probably from Andre Endicio. Batak runs the ball. Batak, open court, it's a miss. It's a travel on Lester Tamayo inside.
That I feel is isa sa mga, I don't know if you'd agree with me, Juanits, that's definitely one of the facets of the game of a Warlo Batak.
Yes,
we do know leaping part, walang problema. Sometimes it's the decelerate as you approach the goal, especially on a fast break downhill. He has to be able to decelerate, use his 2 feet, because once he's in there, sa taas ng lundag niya, medyo mahirap i-challenge. Meantime, John Wilson, with the mileage that he has, continues with his stellar performance para dito sa Basilan Steel.
Pinag-uusapan mo daw, Coach Lundag, sabi ni John Wilson, kaya ko pa rin yan. Coach Mike.
Why not?
Batak goes down on the post. Galicia, no-look pass. Could not connect. There's a whistle.
Yeah, pass was a little bit too tight. No, medyo yung zone was pretty much packed on that zone defense set up.
It was the first basket earlier on. John Wilson with a strong hard drive to get the first 2 points of the ball game. Buroy spins, stops, gives it out. Tyrone, too much space, but too long for Tyrone Chan. Kabilang panig tayo. Warlock,
Nice
no-look pass. Going down to Tamayo.
Nice pass on Warlo Batak. I've always thought that players who love to go downhill also should have that, pass ahead. Especially kung alam nilang least guarded guy na yung kakampi nila. That one, beautiful pass by Warlo Batak.
Coach, I do know that you have an AI. I do know that you have an app. We can look at how Warlo Batak has improved throughout the years.
Oh yes, we could, and that would be pretty interesting to figure out.
I do remember recovering Warlo Batak in his first few seasons. He was coming off the bench. He was really more of just an energy guy. So bringing you this fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. But each and every year, he continues to add on. Warlo Batak showing this time around that he can also create for his teammates.
Yeah, when he was playing last season, slowly but surely he was building up to that reputation of being one of the youngest high leaper scorers here in the MPBL, and this year is no different. He started really strong in their very first game against Parañaque, tried to carry it over in that game against Batangas, but yung depensa lang talaga ng Batangas, sobrang hirap i-crack, and it was difficult not just for Warlo Batak, but mostly for the guys in Pasig.
They really struggled in that last game, 98-86. Sorry, 98-68 in favor of Batangas. And dito, susubukang makabawi. It's a hard foul coming from Ramirez off the back. Batak is a little shaken up here. This was a steal by Loristo. Buroy able to find John Wilson, and Wilson answering the Batak assist with a Wilson assist.
Oh, with a quick pitch ahead right there. And clearly that's definitely what you have to do.
MANNY paid the digital wallet built to the community. Your own channel on your screens. Right here, looking to stretch out the floor. He did play for Pasig, coach.
Yes.
About 3 seasons ago.
And Warlo Batak from season 7 all the way to right now with the very limited games that he's played here in this season. Actually, the scoring's been up from 12.9 up to 16 points per game. His 3-point shooting has been better by about 8%. He's gotten to the line and so much better. And the turnovers has been more efficient this season, very early in his game compared to how he played in season 7. So there definitely is that level of improvements from Warlo Batak, which I'm sure Coach Buds and the guys from Pasig are very interested.
Well, Coach, hindi ako magsasawang pag-usapan to si Warlo Batak kasi as a basketball. He was actually an all-star last season, proving that after averaging 3 points a game in his rookie season, he had really blossomed into a star here in the MPBL.
Oh, indeed. And Warlo is always going to be a guy that, any team for that matter would try and use and exploit to the best of the help that he can give.
Pero merong isang taong gusto namang siya ang pag-usapan. He's saying, you've been talking about Warlo Batak. I have 4 points and 1 assist here in the first quarter. And John Wilson, slowly but surely, getting this rhythm para dito sa Basilan. A quick answer coming from Japs Bautista.
And John Wilson, over the 5 games that he's played, has actually led them in terms of minutes, has led them in points. He's been highly active on the offensive end of the floor. And the shooting has been so good. Hindi lang ganun karami yung pagpunta niya sa free throw line, but overall, shooting-wise from the field, he really is pretty much the John Wilson that we've known over the years.
It's going to be a foul on a jumping Japs Bautista. He was challenged by Ramirez, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Japs Bautista.
Yeah, Japs Bautista definitely previous years, played for the Heat Waves, relegated more to a role player, and right now, I'm thinking that he's getting more minutes on the floor. Especially, you need support scorers, secondary scorers to a Warlo Batak, an Estacio, and just scoring para dito sa Pasig.
Goes for 2 this time around. Itong si Japs Bautista. 4 minutes and 54 remaining here in the first quarter. Buroy. Still no substitution on the side of Basilan. Estacio gives it up to Japs. 3 versus 1. Japs challenged by his former teammate. Inside, Galicia could not finish. To go to Aaron Estacio, straight line but long. Kamalik dito kay Aaron. Says, we have to slow things down. Goes down to the post. Warlo, 1-on-1. Up, under, goes down to Jacob Galicia.
You have to love yung chase nila for offensive rebounding. Itong Pasig. Yung up close, they blew a numbers advantage, pero yung habol sa offensive rebound nag-allow na extend yung possession na yun para sa kanila.
10-6 in favor of Pasig here in the first quarter. Doristo, he has that shot. Swing. Ramirez on the corner, and Ramirez gets the 3.
Good shot by Ramirez. Definitely scoring from the outside. Isa sa mga, you look forward to with Ramirez. A lot of guys coming in here for Basilan.
Platoon substitution na lang SBP para dito kay Coach Arnold. This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Nice body bump. Tried to pirouette. Drop step the baseline. So Jacob Galicia definitely gave it to him and fed him.
Coach, just looking back about 2 to 3 years ago, would you have thought that the face of an MPBL team would be Warlo Batak and Jacob Galicia?
No, not at all. You do believe in the potential of those guys, but how quickly they've risen to that stature and that leadership role for their teams, definitely well earned para dito sa dalawang young players na to, especially Jacob Galicia. I felt over the years na nakita ko siya maglaro, batting it out against the guys bigger than him, but playing very tall inside the floor.
Batak gives it up. Another fast break for the 2. We heard that you guys are talking about us. Then we will prove to you that we deserve to be the face of Pasig City. They extend the lead to 3.
Yep.
Toto, first shot of the ball game. Long for Toto. Gab Cometa, and he continues his stellar play here in the MPBL.
Sobrang solid talaga ni Gab Cometa this season. The first time I really got impressed with him was when he took that shot and passed up that pass to JV Casio. I mean, that took a lot of guts to be able to do that.
He, for me, is one of the leading candidates for one of the best guys coming off the bench. He comes off the bench, itong si Gab Cometa, but provides either scoring or assists. Of course, here leadership. Com Emerson Noreta, Zalderi Lubit, and Rudy Distrito always in attendance. But going back to Gab Cometa, coach, he's averaging 13 points a ball game, 3 rebounds, and 2.4 assists a game.
Yes. I don't know, impressive sa kanya is yung shooting and yung efficiency. And when I say shooting, you talk of it from the field and from the line. He is so good right now. Look at his true shooting percentage. It's already in the high, close to 70s. And even the three-point shot making, you alluded to earlier, he's 52% from 3. And you get a guy that's very good at that. And then if you close out on him, he's also very efficient in handling the ball, turning it into assists, and very limited turnovers in a game.
Here he is, giving it up to Bobby Jervy Cruz.
Yeah.
I was watching him during the warm-ups. Baliktad ng coach ang ginagawa niya. Sinusubukan niyang magmintes kasi hindi siya makapagmintes ng warm-up.
But have you seen his son?
Yes.
Oh, grabe. Ang tangkad, di ba?
Yes, and coach, I am hoping if his son is watching, I do hope that he gets to don probably in the near future maroon.
Yes.
So, let's see. There's Gab Cometa going up, passing it. It's a different type. It's a low to high offense right that. And the King Tiger, Jervy Cruz, we're hoping that your son may be a future King Maroon.
Oh, yes. I agree. At saka, I saw him parang very early after the pandemic when, things softened up and they were allowed to play. I got to cover him in one of the leagues down the south. And so to my surprise, I mean, this kid is so tall. Who's this kid? And only to realize, anak pala ni Jervy Cruz.
Yes.
And he was really just starting to build up his skill set. And man, now, just leaps and bounds in terms of his progress.
Coach, hindi lang siya tangkad, it's
skilled.
Height with skill.
Yeah, it's skilled, right.
Sounding like a young Jervy Cruz. Unahin ko na si Coach Mike kasi pag nauna si Coach Mike, syempre sasabihin niya, dalhin sa San Beda. Di ba? Kaya uunahan ko na si Coach Mike.
Sa amin, sa inyo muna, no?
Panoorin muna natin. There's gonna be a review here. Down the post, it's McCoy versus JR. Yes. They're checking if it's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I don't think it hit the rim.
But our referees are saying it's a foul first. Referee said
before the buzzer.
saying right before the buzzer, he already called the whistle. So it is gonna be 2 free throws para dito kay Jacob Galicia. LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. This ang unang free throw. Neto si Jacob Galicia goes 1 for 2. Jacob early on with 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. In 25 minutes of play, ito si Jacob Galicia is averaging 10 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists a ball game. One of the more important pieces para dito. And what a pick and roll for Gab Cometa and Bobby Balocana.
And Gab Cometa continues with, stellar parang working with his teammates. No? That's what you love about him. He's really good at shooting and shot making, but really good decision maker as well.
John Gabriel gives it back to J.R. Flores. Babalik nila. The taller Gabriel is blocked by Jervy Cruz. 2 blocks on Jervy Cruz.
How about Jervy Cruz? A couple of quick, shots, blocks right there.
It's the read of Jervy Cruz. Cometa playing with the defense. Bumped, gives it
my.
under to Makoy Marcos.
You talk about Gab Cometa, it's always been about, really for the most part, shot making. But him going to shot creation for his teammates just takes him on a different level. I say this is a really good start for a Gab Cometa this season.
One of the more underrated guys. He has not been talked about heading into this season. They were excited for a lot of additions para dito sa Basilan. JB Casio, Robin Ronyo, John Wilson. But Coach He has really proved that he deserves the attention as well. Ito si Gab Cometa.
He is actually doing his own version of a Warlo Bata. A young player that wants to build a name for himself. And clearly, the first games that he's played here, he has been impressive.
Cometa, here he is again. Stops, pops, drops for Gab Cometa. Ending the quarter with a 3. And it's only their 6th game of the season, but we have to share that me and Coach Mike are now official fans of Gab Cometa.
Oh, sobra. Talagang he's taking it to everyone, and he is not afraid of that moment. Well calculated on that shot. He had that entire space for him to make a shot from 3.
Gab Cometa getting that 3 extends the lead to 5 to end the first quarter, 21-16 in favor of the Steels.
Steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That is finishing up the game. 9 in the final quarter of the game. Can they make magic? White Lounge wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Punta muna tayo sa courtside and Andrea has a report about Basilan.
Coach Jay De La Cruz of Basilan mentioned na malaking araw yung panghihinayang nila after losing to Basilan. To Binyan. Winnable game, ika nga. Kaya during their practices, binigyang din nila ang aral na ito. Complacency is the greatest enemy of consistency. Confident naman daw ang mga coaches when it comes to talent of this team. So actually, they up the level of their trainings. Mas naging stricto, and the most positive aftermath of their previous loss, their veterans in John Wilson, Jervy Cruz, Robin Ronyo, and the like became more vocal when it comes to making their team as one and actually correcting their shortcomings. Kumbaga, hindi na lang daw yung coaches, but these guys stepped up to pull each other together. Again, the talent is there. Extra push lang ang kailangan, which is when those vets come in handy. Right, Juanito and Coach Mike?
Thank you for that, Andrea. Coach, the veterans. You love it, Coach, when a team like Basilan step up as Mark Malone is already getting a second 3 of the ball game. Pero let's talk about the veterans itong Basilan. They're very active, they're very vocal, they're 3-2. But talk about what else they can get here this season.
Well, working with the young guys, I feel nagbe-benefit na a lot. It's guys like Gab Cometa having to work around these veterans on the floor. I mean, even Makoy Marcos would learn a lot from a Bobby Balocana, from a Jervy Cruz, from a John Wilson in different facets of the game. And so these veterans naman, hindi rin naman ano, no? Hindi rin sila madamot na mag-share ng kanilang experience and mga lessons na matuturo sa mga batang ito.
Boy, here he is driving. There's a help. They don't force the issue. They go out to Bobby. Hands it off to Toto. Good pass fake. Toto, Villarias just in and out. Matakbo na. Garcia. In and out. Garcia drives. Gets the whistle. It's gonna be a foul on Basilan. Balikan muna natin itong tira ni Garcia. This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
It had to go really tight on that baseline drive and still able to fabricate that shot. May depensa sa ilalim pero nagawa ng paraan.
It's gonna be a challenge coming from the side of Basilan. We'll be back after the review.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no foul, resulting to a jump ball at the center court.
Squash shot again. Challenge successful, all ball for Toto Villarias. So this is gonna result in a jump ball situation. Successful para sa Basilan. They get the ball.
Oh my
Cometa
goodness.
stops, pops long.
That was a good look.
Usual comfort level.
Oo.
Gap Cometa. Toto on the other end. And this Bobby is blocked up top.
How about that chase though? Ibang klase yung hinabol na yan ni Tamayo.
Now Flores cutting through the middle. Tamayo able to find him.
Well, Lester's been so good here para sa Pasig, no? Get a defensive stop on one end and then an assist on the other.
McCoy cuts through the middle. He is blocked once again. Aaron Estacio, 3 versus 2. Estacio jumps. Estacio long. Cometa gets the rebound. They push the ball. Toto. Easy jump shot for Toto Villarias.
Yeah, a variety of looks for almost a very similar situation. You had a 3-on-2 running the other end. Instead of giving it up to the guy on the weak side, Aaron Estacio decides to lay it up. He misses. Turnover the other end. A quick early pitch ahead. And then a score on a short corner drive. Jumper by Byron.
Basilan gets the lead back here in the ball game with 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Bigyan na kay Aaron Estacio. Down the low post. Flores one-on-one. Fades away. Short, but Tamayo gets the offensive rebound.
Lester Tamayo providing really good quality minutes here in the second quarter. Gets a block, gets a couple of steals, gets an assist, and then that offensive rebound and a stick back.
Tamayo has 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists here in the ball game. They're pushing the basketball. Garcia gives it up. Estacio looks for a friend. They swing it. Garcia is wide open. Garcia gets the lead for Pasig City.
Excellent shooting for Pasig right now. And you got these guys, especially with Jay Gars, hindi mo talaga mabibitawan yan sa perimeter man yan or sa 3. He's so good at making shots.
3-pointer number 4. Garcia, one more time! Back-to-back for Jay Gars, Jerome Garcia. That's the 5th triple for Pasig City here in the first half.
How can you not wow that shot? You know, he got that ball. First this one right here, little good skip. He knew nobody was right on him. In range, open, within balance, you gotta take it. But this time around, little shot fake. Let me just go back to that step back and hit this one for you. 2 quick ones from Jay Gars.
Jay Gars making a highlight reel here in the second quarter. They have a 6-point lead heading to the timeout.
Back into the game. What a commitment and what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moment of the game.
Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Babalik tayo dito sa One Arena in Cainta, Rizal. Pasig is up by 6 with 6 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Roro cannot find a friend, finds John Wilson. John crosses through the middle. John Wilson almost a basket and one, and he's doing it at 38 years old. Itong si John Wilson.
Oh my. Impressive, really. Ang ipinapakita sa atin ni John Wilson. You always kind of think of him as a catch-and-shoot player from the outside. But the number of possessions we've seen so far from John, you know, ball on the deck creates your shot moments.
John Wilson, coach, in their last game, not the best of numbers. 12.6 rebounds, 5 assists. He was well defended by Binyan in that last game.
Oh, totoo naman yun. And you gotta give credit then to Binyan because, you know, similar to what we've seen yesterday, Binyan really is a slow grind defense, free throw shooting game. More of yung gusto nila eh.
Wow, look at that team basketball being played by Pasig in the ball game. A pick and roll to a drop pass going to J.R. Flores.
How about that move though? Ganda ng ball movement. Everybody was, you know, moving to different spots.
Robin Ronyo gives it up. OP is
that's a
foul.
That,
And,
that is a foul.
I don't
Clearly.
know if they're gonna check for sportsmanlike here. Wala naman. It's accidental. Medyo nahuli. This was a replay prior, Coach Mike.
Yep. And you like that ball move from side to side and got that defense rotating, got that in the gut of the defense and feed it up for Flores to finish.
Robin Ronyo from the outside. Straight line in good for Robin Ronyo.
I remember when he was playing for Quezon, yung mga knockdown shots niya in crunch time, tapang rin ito eh, no? Parang yung may pagka-gap kometa yung ano eh. Hindi natatakot, never. He's always fearless.
Looking for his third triple. It's short. Para kay Jay Gars. So they're gonna foul John Wilson. Going back to Robin Ronyo. Whatever team he's playing for, there's just a positive aura coming from Robin Ronyo.
Oh, kasi it's his personality, you know. He really just wants to compete. And you talk about Robin Ronyo. And ako, ang pinaka-memorable ko talaga sa kanya when he was playing for Quezon Huskers. I mean, you know, him alongside Alvin Abundo, Tamsi, you know, those guys brought a different level of energy from the bench for the Huskers.
That was the rising Quezon Huskers before everything else. That signing of Robin Ronyo really providing. I do remember, Coach, na nasilat nila ang Nueva Ecija during
Yes.
that time. Man paid the digital wallet built for the community. Pistacho using that drag screen. Kicks it out. Flores on a pick and pop.
Yeah.
J.R. Flores gets the fourth triple this quarter.
Normally, yung second screen doon sa drag, yun ang nag-roll eh, no? But in the instance of Flores, since he has range, he's better off popping out.
Owens on step back. It's blocked. Warlo Batak sa 6-point lead with 3:47. Estacio slows it down. Na Flores, the put basketball by Pasig. 3-point field goals right now. 6 of 15 for Pasig. 4 of 12 para naman sa Basilan.
More importantly, if you're Pasig, you are 3 out of 4 in this quarter from 3. All, you know, mostly really coming from Jay Gars, fueling that kind of scoring here in the second.
Owens stops, pops long. Rebounded by Wilson. Second chance. John Wilson. Wala pa rin. 0 out of 2 off that stint for Basilan.
So far, really good couple of quarters here for Pasig. In the first quarter, they did really good in offensive rebounding. Kaya naman, 6 points ang nakuha nila sa second chance points. They have not turned the ball over that much. And you see this efficiency in the first quarter that, in my opinion, has really carried over in the second for Pasig.
Jay Gars for another three.
My.
They're not done. They're not heating up. They are just simply red hot.
He is 3 out of 5 from 3.
Jerome Garcia, 11 points in the ball game. John Wilson cannot answer. Pasig out and running. Warlo gives it up. Jay Gars. Haba para kay Jay Gars. Rebounded by Owens. They're looking for a basket here. Robin Ronyo off the corner. It's long. Rebounded by Jay Gars. Ronyo tried to dive for that basketball, but Pasig will get possession. 2 minutes and 30 remaining on the second quarter game clock. Another shooter in Japs Bautista. They go to Warlo. Strong attack. Gives it up to Jacob. On the corner, Garcia. One more time. Summer is felt here at One Arena. That is the fourth triple in the quarter. 14 in total for Jay Gars.
Somebody's got to be smiling in the OB van, right? With his 5 of 6 shooting from 3 by Jay Gars, he is really heating up.
Jerome Garcia, 14 points in the quarter. Getting this double-digit lead. Robin Ronyo. Long once again. The struggles continue para sa Basilan. Pasig. Pupunta kay Jay Gars. Couldn't find an opening. Ikot muna sila. Fake. Flores off the fader. It's a miss. Rebounded by Owens. Trying to speed things up. It's going to be a foul on Jay Gars.
Jay Gars gonna be subbed here. His well-deserved rest on the floor.
Sumenyas na at hiningal itong si Jay Gars. But what a quarter, Coach Mike. 14 for Jay Gars and 4 triples for Jerome Garcia.
9 minutes of action off the bench. You get 14 from Jay Gars. That's a big help coming off from Jay Gars.
5 out of 8 in total in the ball game. He's 4 out of 7 from downtown. Usually averaging only 3 points a ball game, but today already 14 in the first half. It's going to be a charge on Robin Ronyo.
Well, you can't have that if you're Robin Ronyo. Especially now you're down 12. You got to be more efficient.
1 minute 13 remaining here in the second quarter. Warlo Batak playing point. Slow things down. They're going to go back to that drag. Ano ba sila kay Japs? They're going to go down on the low post. Galicia one-on-one with Loristo. Go to the Flores. Attack. Fouled from behind. Ito si J.R. Flores.
And Flores immediately going to that footwork. He loves that short corner right side, you know. Always, getting jumpers from there. Puts the ball on the floor to try and create when he sees a closeout.
Now Flores, actually one guy who's been relatively silent because we've been talking about a few guys, but J.R. Flores actually has 8 points and 6 rebounds already. Extreme ang subok at kompleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
Yeah, and it's been quite silent in the first quarter, but man, a wake up here alongside Jay Gars. Good combo of wing and the big man scoring.
8.6 rebounds for J.R. Flores here in the first half. Robin Ronyo. They go to Jello Loristo. Nancy Rock. It's gonna be a charge, the second straight para dito sa Basilan. One from Robin Ronyo, one from Jello Loristo.
Now, one thing that would concern you now if you're Coach Arnold is that you have not really scored that well this quarter. You only have, 9 points this quarter for Basilan. And really just being active, chasing John Wilson through that screen.
11-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Post, Japs. They go under to Jacob Galicia.
This is an impressive quarter for Pasig. Might be one of the really good quarters that they've played since that game against Batangas. And the guys are being unselfish, no? Japs really had a shot down there, but tried to find an open teammate and found Galicia.
Jacob Galicia extending the lead all the way up to 16 here in the second quarter. John now going to set up the play. 14 seconds remaining. John Wilson drives, left side, walang pito. Pagduro is able to recover. 4 seconds. Gives it up, Jello Loristo to Robin Ronyo. That's gonna count, but it's gonna be blocked. by Jacob Galicia. And what a second quarter, Coach. 30-9. A 21-point win by Pasig in that second quarter. And one guy to credit, Jerome Garcia.
Oh, he's got that 14 points coming off the bench on a 3 of 7 shooting from the 3 points. And that's been pretty huge for Jay Gars. And you leave him open, he does something to create that shot opportunity. If it's not him, it's finding a teammate that's free.
14 of the 30 points ng second quarter, all coming from Jerome Garcia. 30-9 in the second, 46-30 in the first half in favor of Pasig City.
All right, mga kaliga, it's now time for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge. At dahil may nanalo na ng ating 1 million peso prize, our prize pot will reset to 100,000 pesos. At every game day na walang makakakomplete ng challenge, mananagdagan ng 50,000 pesos ang ating prize hanggang sa umabot ulit ito ng 1 million pesos. At para sa araw na ito, ang ating prize pot ay 250,000 pesos. Kilalanin na natin ang ating unang contestant, si Tyron De Chavez mula sa Naik, Cavite. Alright, Tyron, you will be given 45 seconds to complete a layup, free throw, a 3-point shot, and a half-court shot. Kapag nagawa mo yan sa loob ng 45 seconds, you will win 250,000 pesos mula sa official sportsbook of the MPBL, ang Sports Plus. Alright, Tyron, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! 45 seconds, na-kompleto ng layup. Up next, free throw naman. You still have 35 seconds, Tyron. Ayan ang free throw. Up next, 3-point shot. Again, our contestant is Tyron De Chavez mula sa Naik, Cavite. Alright, less than 20 seconds, Tyron. You can do it, Tyron. Come on. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you very much, Tyron De Chavez. Good effort pa rin, Tyron. Huwag kang mag-alala, mag-uwi ka pa rin ng merchandise mula sa Sports Plus. And once again, that's our Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge at it's sa atin na Sports Plus, the official sportsbook partner of the MPBL.
Back here at the One Arena in Cainta, Rizal. We're watching Pasig City versus the Basilan Steel. And Coach Mike, so far, what a start in the first half by Pasig City.
Yeah, actually, itong Basilan was up 5 at the end of the first quarter, and they shot the ball very well in the first, but a huge turnaround in the second quarter for Pasig. Exploded with a 30-9 quarter, and only because they shot the ball very well. You see that 3-point shot make, that's a +4 makes at a 44% 3-point clip. Napakataas niyan. And they were readily sharing the ball, finding open teammates underneath. You saw that with Jaff, you saw that with Warlo Batak, and that's a +6 assist in that department. And talk about bench points. At the end of one, Pasig only had 3 bench points, and they got a total of 25 in the second quarter, which really pushed production in that department.
25 of the 30 points coming off the bench there in the second quarter. The story coach of the second quarter, Jerome Garcia with 14.
Yeah, 5 of 8 from the field, 62% overall. And really a much needed help coming from the supporting cast itong si J. Gars.
Kabilang panig, John Wilson is the leading scorer only with 6 points. Let's see what adjustments Coach Arnold has here in the second half. Mark Maloles starts the second half. Flores. Sila kay Warlo Batak, defended by Ramirez. They go down post. Flores versus Bobby Balucanag. The drop step. And it's a whistle on Basilan.
No, right now, mas malinaw yung depensa ng Basilan. Once that ball is on the low block, they always want to have somebody down on the middle. They don't want that ball down there. Pero si Flores was able to get past over that defense and still end up in the middle. He gets fouled and now he's on the line.
As we start the third quarter, we just want to say a happy 18th birthday kay Alyssa Fel Bayais. Galing sa ating statistics na si Paxson Bayais. So, happy birthday to your daughter.
Debut. 18 no? Happy birthday. And once again, John Wilson trying to come off a little curl action. And he's always been so deadly, coming off ball. Mga tinatawag na peja action, yung may handoff galing sa baba. May range pa talaga to si John.
John rejects the screen, but a clean swipe coming from Jacob Galicia.
And he only rejected it kasi inunahan na siya ng depensa. So kailangan balikan mo. Yun ang pang-counter niya. But good ball deflect there by Jacob Galicia.
The help side was successful on that swipe. They go down low post. By Japs Bautista versus Gab Cometa. One-on-one. Cross court. Fake. One dribble. Pull up. Long. Rebounded by Tyro. Tatakbo. Itong Basilan. They couldn't get the basketball. It's a turnover. Warlo attacks. Kicks it out. Wide open. Another 3. That's triple. Number 3 para kay Mark Maloles.
Now, I am actually loving this version of Warlo Bata. Attack sa gitna, alam niya kaya niyang liparan, pero hindi, mas libre ang kampi ko sa kabila. Ito ko ibibigay.
IPM and sportsman-like foul para dito kay Gab Cometa. The frustrations are actually felt, Coach, on the side of Basilan.
Naramdam mo kasi after a very hot start, things getting cold on his end of the floor. Ito yung sundot, pero it's always yung bumabawi.
There's an elbow before.
Nauna.
So there's an elbow by Flores off that dun sa ating kabilang sa kabilang cameraman.
Ganun talaga, yung madalas yung bumabawi. Yun ang captured
Meta ang huli doon at kulong.
Oo.
Good for J.R. Flores. He continues to ask his case there for a review on the side of J.R. Flores. So, sinasabi ng mga refs that there will be a review. 2 for 2 for J.R. Flores. 7-0 to start this quarter.
And Basilan cannot afford anymore to have these, droughts in quarters.
These are the times that they will miss the services of JV Castro,
Agree.
who is on the bench, but he's not in uniform.
Agree.
Gab Cometa calls fist. Go out to Bobby. Hand off to John Wilson. Double. John continues to pound. And John Wilson gets the first 2 of the second half.
Well, as he should. No? Yun naman talaga ang kailangan kay John. To spark his team and have the guys join him on this comeback.
53-32, still a 21-point mountain to climb. Mark. They're actually using a lot of clock. Itong Pasig, they want to slow things down. Maybe get the last shot on the final 5. Japs, 1-on-1 against John. Nothing to do here. It's a shot clock violation. A better defensive stand coming from Basilan.
Yes, and it really, everything has to start on the defensive side of the floor. Get a stop and then score once you're on your offensive end na.
Nakataon para sa Basilan to trim away a few points here. Gab dancing the defense. Bobby, the outside was terrific coming from Japs Bautista. Bobby Balocanag cannot control. .32 still in favor of Pasig. Switch by Tyrone. Balik. Japs. Again, they're using a lot of clock here in the third quarter. It's a pull on Bobby Balocanag, and that's gonna hurt because that was only 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Kung kailan ramdam mo na medyo maganda na yung stance mo, 4 na segundo na lang, you really have to be able to defend the rest of the way until the 24 clock expires.
Fresh 14 on the side of Pasig. Warlock tries to attack. Last touch on... I think it's going to be last touch on Bobby Balocanag with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Maloles. Far out. Mark Maloles to the side. Rebounded by Bobby Balocanag. Basilan still struggling on the offensive end. John Wilson. 2-man game to Bobby. It's a foul on the help side coming from Warlo Batak.
Huge help really if you have your primary scorer also able to issue dimes, na nakakapasa sa mga kakampi niya. Kaya guys like Bobby Balocanag really have to make some movement and activity, especially on the weak side. Minsan to sa backside talaga, yun yung hindi nakikita ng depensa, Kaya you have to be actively moving. But these guys gotta make their free throws.
Ito muna tayo kay Andre Endicio.
When Coach Ryan De Ramos said, ibang Pasig team po ang makikita nyo today, yes, he really meant that. After losing 30 points, sabi nga daw ng management, yan ang una at huli na mangyayari yan. During the huddle, even with a good first half, the coaches said they want more communication. Meanwhile, Aaron Estacio is unsure if he can be back in the second half dahil biglang inatake ng allergies. His body is turning red from neck below. Jerome Garcia naman mentioned to me that their pass game was something he took to heart. So today, he really wanted to challenge himself and push his capabilities even more. Biro niya nga, iba talaga ang produkto ng extra shooting. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. There's no more Kid Pido, no more Aaron Estacio, coach, pero itong ibang players ng Pasig are playing terrific.
Can I say this about Coach Ryan De Ramos? Ryan De Ramos, I think this is his first time to do a head coaching job here in the MPBL. And I think he's doing, he's exceeding expectations so far. He's done a good job of getting his team to come back in that second half in their first game against Parañaque. And then he was still standing in coaching despite that huge loss against Batangas. You see a basket right there by John Wilson. And then now you see a night and day version of Pasig from the time that they lost to Batangas and how they started this game.
Well, Coach, I remember them talking about opportunity to see that. What a tough finish coming from John Wilson. Alakoy, but it's good for John Wilson. But we give opportunities to players we give opportunities to play to coaches
Yes.
as well. And itong si Coach Ryan De Ramos seemed to be a guy that is proving his worth here in the MPBL. They're talking about if it's going to be a basket end one.
And you also love, Coach, that nandun yung opportunity pero to grab it, to do something about it, not to be happy where you are. You lost to Batangas, okay lang yan. Batangas naman yun eh. I'm a new coach, but no, he just comes in here, goes up against the veterans of Basilan, sparks up the guys, and now they have this huge lead halfway through the third quarter.
Natin kung ano pa meron ng Pasig dito. Warlo, a rare three, misses. Gab Cometa wanting to provide a comeback here. Gab snaking the defense, blocks from behind. Gets the rebound back. Give it to Tyrone Chan. Not there. Offensive rebound not available for Gerard Wilson.
Not many touches, not many off-ball movement. I don't think Coach Arnold's gonna like that kind of setup on their offensive end.
Basilan looking for some energy in Gerard Wilson, the standout coming from the University of the East in California, will be given an opportunity here in the third quarter. Meta defending Jay Gars. It's a miss for Jay Gars. They're trying to push. Gab. They go on the other end. Well read. Turnover. Maloles is fouled by Tyrone Chan.
Kung tutusin, pwede naman nagpahinga si Warlo Batak, no? Pero hinahabol pa talaga. Kita niya, John Wilson nasa kabila. Kailangan may tao doon. Talagang hinahabol niya. Into the mind of Gab Cometa, I have to get this to the best shooter on the floor. Other side, he did have Wilson on the right side. A couple of Wilsons, actually. But he set up for that three.
This was the foul. It's a little push coming from Tyrone Chan. Maloles gives it to Warlo. They're sagging down on Warlo Batak. No whistle is called. Second chance opportunity. It's a make for Warlo Batak.
I thought there was a little extent of the left arm ni Warlo Batak that instance.
Quick answer on the other end. Tyrone Chan able to finish. With an 18-point lead in favor of Pasig.
Scoring has definitely slowed down this quarter for both these teams.
Actually, coach, in a slowdown talaga ng Pasig. They are really trying to control this ball game by slowing things down. Warlo. One-on-one against John.
There you go.
John Wilson just cannot stop Warlo Batak at this point.
And remember when we talked about yung pag-decelerate nito ni Warlo Batak, one of the very few times we've seen that.
Too long para dito kay Muroy Kantimpuan. 20-point lead for Pasig in the ball game. They go corner to Jay Gars. They're able to recover. Batak has scored 4 straight against John Wilson. Here they are on the post. 4 seconds. Batak stretches out. It's short. Matakbo. John Wilson. 2 versus 1. Stops, pops, drops for John Wilson.
John, I think, has got 5 this quarter, if I recall correctly. And he definitely is trying to egg on his teammates. Habol tayo.
It's going to be point number 10 for Basilan here in the third quarter. Wilson trying to pressure Mark Maloles. He's done a good job so far here in the third. Gerard, one-on-one against Mark. Mark attacks, fakes, gets the jumper off the fake. Mark Maloles with 11.
Grabe yung pagstay ni Gerard Wilson dun sa depensa na yon, but little off fake.
They're saying it's a shot clock violation. They will review this.
All right.
On the one-on-one. Here comes the drive. 2 seconds of the fake. Before the release one.
Oh, that's close.
That's gonna be close.
Yeah, I thought he still had it in his hands. Yeah.
That was very close though.
Yeah. Again, you got to give props to the officials. That was a pretty close one for you to have that reviewed. I mean, tayo kala natin goods eh.
That's right. Could have been a highlight for Mark Maloles. That was a terrific fake off the one-on-one against Gerard Wilson. Pero props din kay Gerard Wilson for really slowing things down.
Pero I'm sure kung ikaw si Mark Maloles, i-clip mo pa rin yun, tapos sabi mo highlight.
Right. Wilson. That's straight. Roy. Little deceleration. They go back to Gerard. Not see an angle there. They go to Toto Villarias. Back-to-back triples for Basilan.
You know how yung ibang mga shooters, pagka even off ball on a run, pag-release, alam mo ang ganda. Yun yung pakaramdam mo kay Byron and even kay John. You always have that chance that shot's gonna go in.
Tamayo attacking itong si Jervy Cruz. Buroy speeding things up. Wow, using the left hand. Buroy Kantimpuhan finishes.
Put that in the highlight, please. Off-legged finish by Puroy Kantimpuhan. See this right here. Lead pass by Byron. Challenged by Galicia. Goes to the other foot of that finish, Coach Juanids.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Buroy Kantimpuhan surprising everybody with that off-foot left hand, cutting the lead down to 12.
Point steps back into the game. 100 minutes in the game. And what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 89 in the 5 points of the game. Can they make magic? White out wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Sir Body Encarnacion in attendance here. His team is leading by 12 points.
Boss Buds always, supporting his Pasig team. And surely, after that game against Batangas, nagbigay ng little inspirational talk yan sa mga boys. And right now, I feel they're reaping, the talks that they've had with Boss Buds and Coach Ryan. But,
So far,
you have to finish the game, though.
it's an 8-point outburst, an 8-0 run, but quick answer by Jay Gars to stop the bleeding. 59-45. Boroy continues to pound. It's gonna be a miss. No foul is called. Warlo with the ball on the floor. Jacob on the other end. Jacob Galicia deep inside, getting the 2.
Couple of young guns for Pasig connecting right there.
Buroy gives it up. McCoy trying his luck. Getting a straight line in the 3 is McCoy Marcos.
3-point makes are really, keeping Basilan here in this quarter.
It's a foul. Pasig is not yet in penalty. Foul number 4. Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. That was the deep layup coming from Jacob Galicia.
A little hesitation, try to, stop a little bit momentarily on that left side, but really thinking, shot on the other end.
61-48. It's a better third quarter. They are winning this quarter by 3 points, 18-15, but still a 13-point lead for Pasig City. Jervy, ibigay dito kay McCoy. Fake pass. McCoy Marcos gets the basket and 1.
That's 5 quick ones now for McCoy. He had the 3 a while ago. And isa na siya sa mga batang mga manlalaro nito nga Basilan na kailangan talagang tumulong na sa contribution sa mga veterano nila at sumabay dito kila Jay Gars at kila Jacob at kay Warren.
A lot of teams that McCoy Marcos has played for. I think this is going to be team number 4 or number 5 here in the MPBL, but alam natin ang capabilities neto Coach Mike. MANNY paid the digital wallet built for the community.
Without question. McCoy Marcos definitely he might have hopped from team to team, but that doesn't do anything to the value that he brings.
It's an out of bounds. It's a step on the side of Pasig, and Basilan, coach, they're knocking. They're playing a better last 4 minutes of the third quarter.
10 na lang to. If they do good here, this might even be down to a single-digit deficit. And who forced that turnover? McCoy Marcos. Really good defense right there.
Owens. They want the last shot of the quarter. Owens, 1-on-1. Between the legs, drives, deceleration. Owens could not get it. And they just could not get the last shot of the quarter, but it's still a 10-point lead for Pasig. Coach, it's a better third quarter for Basilan, but still well in control is Pasig City.
But really all because, shot making has improved this quarter para dito sa Basilan, especially with the way that they made shots on the outside. 3 3-pointers out of 5 attempts. 3 attempts inside, 6 attempts inside the paint where they made 3 of them. But, the guys in white still continue to be pouring it on. But the good thing is, maganda ang comeback nitong Basilan still in the third.
It's a 10-point lead in favor of Pasig City here at One Arena in Cainta. Boss Buddy Encarnado, the owner of Pasig City, still in attendance right here. Kita naman, hindi pa siya all smiles, Coach, because they have not gotten the victory here, but they are up by 10 entering the fourth quarter. McCoy, extra pass to Toto. Long. Jay Gars snatches the rebound. Mark Maloles slows things down. 1-on-1. High ball screen. Extra pass, Jay Gars. They go to the corner. Strong drive. It's gonna be a whistle on Toto Villarias.
Sayang that defense was already set up. Byron got beat on the sideline, pero you see immediately that most important guy in the paint being Jervy Cruz already ready to help. Handa na siya. Yan lang natawagan ng foul si Byron.
Extreme ang subok at kompleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas. The first free throw is gonna be a miss by John Felix Corpus. Corpus on the second free throw. It's 0 out of 2, rebounded by McCoy. Little bit of a taller 5 for Basilan. They're putting Owens at the point. They kick it out. Couldn't find the back door. Toto to McCoy. He's had one of those in and out off the bank.
Yeah, that one looked good too. Medyo malakas lang para dito kay McCoy. You gotta play defense now if you're Basilan. Try and make this a single-digit deficit.
They go down. Oh, it's a steal. 1 versus 3. Owens gets the step in. Extra pass. It's a foul on Mark Maloles. 2 free throws para kay Toto Villarias.
Boy, I thought they already had, Owens already had that lane to himself. He was streaking on a downhill, but still the unselfishness in Owens binigay dito kay Byron. But the good thing is Byron's been pretty solid on the line.
Owens has not made a basket, but giving up to Toto with 5 points. Punta muna tayo sa ating courtside na si Andrea Endicio.
During halftime, I had a quick word with John Wilson. Sabi niya nga sa akin, sa dugout, paulit-ulit kong sinabi sa kanila, ang basketball, team effort yan, team defense ang kailangan natin. And on-point observation, Coach Mike, John indeed was pulling his teammates together saying, habulin natin to. From their past games, hindi daw kasi sila sanay na ganitong kalaking lead, lalo na within the first half in terms of his production. Heavy words. He said, hindi ko hahanapin, pero pag may tira ko, hindi ko sasayangin. Quick update on Aaron Estacio. He is now being taken to the hospital because apparently his allergies got worse with some struggle breathing. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Andrea. Kung nanonood ka man, Aaron, we do hope that you recover. It's not actually a usual injury, but it's something that you don't want to hear. Flores, wow, all the way, J.R. Flores with a finish.
Now if you're Basilan, you gotta, have them pay back. Ang bilis rin bumaba sa depensa ng Pasig.
The energy, the effort, it's been on point para dito sa Pasig. Robin Ronyo on the step back. Robin Ronyo He felt that it was blocked, but the ball returns on the side of Pasig. Coach, panoorin muna natin ito. Off the rebound by J.R. Flores. Puts it on the floor. 3 dribbles, 4 dribbles, all the way. And that fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Bibihira sa big man na nakakabitbit ng ganyan na bola pababa, let alone ganun kabilis, ano? And he was able to, ika nga, decelerate, no? Bagalan ng konti habang papalapit na siya sa rim para matapos niya yung layup na yun.
14 points and 8 rebounds for J.R. Flores.
At saka, bihira talaga sa big man yung gano'n, ano? Guardia, di ba?
Well, whatever team he plays on, Coach, talagang you're sure of the numbers that J.R. Flores will be giving for you.
Yeah. So far, itong quarter na to start when it's is 0 out of 4 for Basilan. Meantime, you know, 1 out of 1 naman itong Pasig.
Warlo. You want to go to J.R. He's been red hot in the game. It's a miss. Rebounded by Owens. Owens stops, pops,
There
drops.
you go.
For Owens. The first 3 points for Neil Owens here in the ball game.
Closest they've gotten to at 8.
Just an 8-point lead with still a lot of basketball to be played. 7 minutes and 20 to be exact. They go back to the drag. They go high, well read by Toto. 1 versus 2. Ramirez drops it down. Neil Owens gets the basket and 1.
And Ramirez and the guys really loving it because it really started on the defensive end of the floor. That push coming off a steal, and then Ramirez being unselfish, finding Owens this time. And si Owen, hindi sila din-disappoint.
Neil Owens providing quality minutes for the point guard position. Not even used to seeing him play the point, Coach.
Yeah.
Pero kalidad here in the ball game for Neil Owens. 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in 7 minutes of play for Neil Owens.
Talk about grabbing opportunities. Yung pagkakataon at talaga nga naman lamang ang itong Pasig. An opportunity for me, Owens, to show up. He's got 5 quick ones.
Neil all the way up to 6 points here in the ball game. 58-63, only a 5-point lead. Lawless pressured hard by Neil. This is where they will feel the loss of Aaron Estacio and Keith Pido. Strong attack, long para kay JR. John Wilson. They go cross, Cometa, straight line but long. Rebounded by Grimaldo.
Incoming.
Wilson, isa pa. To the right for John Wilson.
That looked good. That looked really good.
Mark, once again, go slow. Wants to attack. Neil Owens off the blind. Gab could not get the steal. Jay Gars finally with a first triple of the second half for Jerome Garcia.
May bumbero sa loob ng Pasig ngayon. Pamatay sunog. Ibang klase yung tira ni Jay Gars.
Gab Cometa. They go to Joshua Ramirez. Na sila dito kay Neil Owens. Drives baseline. Good help. Floater. Short for Neil Owens. Protected by J.R. Flores.
Lead at 7. You have to get a stop here.
Mark Maloles once again setting up the play. Forced to play point guard with the loss of Estacio and Pido. They go down on the low post. Jacob drives, spins. Jacob, no foul is called. Off the fade. Jacob Galicia extends the lead back to double digits.
Who brings back the energy to Pasig? Your young guns.
Jason Rinaldo with a signature floater. It's long. The strugglers are now on the side. It's a 9-point lead para dito sa Pasig. It's only a step. It's actually a 2-pointer for Jay Gars.
That's a long 2.
JR, they want to go back to the post. He drives middle. Sila sila dito kay Mark Maloles. He is fouled by Neil Owens.
Foul number 3, Neil Owens, his first substitution. Byron Villarreal for
Coach, what has been the struggles of Pasig here? Sorry, by Basilan. Why can't they enter this lead?
Well, only because sumasagot itong Pasig. They've actually done a good job in recovering here in the second half. They have actually so far total outscored itong Pasig, but this series of productions from Pasig has really kept this lead on the side of their team.
Front court has been tremendous. No answer on the side of Basilan. After cutting it to 5, the lead is back to 11.
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final quarter of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Back here at One Arena, Juanito Gregorio alongside Coach Mike Perez, and on courtside kasama rin natin si Andrea Indicio. Unti-unti na po tayong napupuno dito sa One Arena. We'll be having Caloocan later on in our second game, and in our main game, Abra versus Marikina. Toto Villarias off the handoff. 7 seconds into the shot clock. Basilan cuts this to 8. They pressure up this time around. Loles stops his dribble. 18 seconds. Naitawid. Itong Pasig. Cometa pressuring. Ball stop. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maloles. Flores drives middle off the floater. Long. Ball stays with Pasig.
Walo na lang ito.
Jera Flores. You want to go down low to Jacob Galicia. He has the size advantage versus Toto. Galicia off the fade. Jacob Galicia.
Right low block. Very comfortable yan si Jacob Galicia. Kaya really, for the most part, doon mo nakikita yung pag-post up dito ni Jacob. You see this right there. Let alone he feels he has a matchup advantage on the low block against Byron. The shot making, though.
Jacob Galicia, 16 points and 9 rebounds. La Flores with 14 and 10. And Jay Gars with 18 and 3. The three guys doing the most damage for Pasig. John Wilson still wants to make a comeback off the float. It's short for John Wilson. A 10-point lead in the last 3 minutes and 30. And Basilan still make a comeback here. Mark Maloles playing it smart and playing it slow. Maloles using up the clock. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 1-on-1. Off the fade, Mark Maloles forced to take one up. McCoy puts it on the floor. McCoy with the attack, with the bump, but a block coming from Jacob Galicia.
Believe it or not, that is the third block of Jacob Galicia in this game.
Very quiet on the defensive end. Toto Villarias is not done here. Continues to knock on the door of Pasig. He cuts the lead down to 7. That's going to be triple number 3 para dito kay Toto Villarias. Manny paid the digital wallet built for the community. 2 minutes and 35 remaining in the ball game. Mark Maloles, expect him to slow down the pace. We're going to go down on the post. Jacob Galicia has been red hot. Any matchup, he has been successful. They double off the back. No whistle is called.
Good help right there by Makoy Marcos. Alam niya, spin na, drop step na yan.
Coach.
Kasi parang 2-3 beses na nangyari ng ganun So inabangan na lang niya pagka-spin. He timed it perfectly well.
very silent coach on the help side. Pero itong si McCoy Marcos, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But his impact, coach, is keeping them alive here in the second half. Neil, you want to go to the staggered screen. McCoy sees an opening. McCoy could not get the three.
Once those threes stop falling, doon na medyo nag-iba eh, no?
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Maloles has been slowing down the pace the whole second half.
Yeah.
He crosses over. He attacks. Tries to go for a bump. 1 second on the shot clock. In and out. Kakataon pa rin para dito sa Basilan. John Wilson dribbles. Steps in. John Wilson short. Rebounded by Toto Villarreal. Strong. Off the bank. Japs pushes it forward. It's a foul on Grimaldo.
Wow, this is a game that I'm sure, coming from a loss with this impending win, I'm not saying that this is already a done deal, but Basilan still has enough time to try and come back. How about the motivation of Pasig to be performing this way through 4 quarters so far? What matters now is how they end this. They still got minute 27 to close this out properly. And Basilan, that's an opportunity for them to, you get back and try to force some stuff.
And this will hurt a little because Jacob Galicia is a little hurt with that bump coming from Grimaldo. So let's see who they will go to here in this offense. 14 seconds on the shot clock, a minute and 20 on the game clock. John Wilson with the foul, and they are in penalty, but John Wilson is saying that this is the best guy to foul right here in Warlo Batak.
Yeah, Warlo Batak so far has been perfect from the line in this game. And overall this season, he is actually 4 out of 6.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Warlo Batak gets the first free throw right here, 72-64, a 3-possession ball game. A minute and 19 remaining. Warlo all smiles, gets it 2 for 2 for Warlo Batak.
Best free throw shooting game so far for Warlo Batak in all the 3 games. The past 2 ones he was 4 out of 6, now it's 4 out of 4. And to make it in a situation where they needed those points, talagang nakikita mo yung development ito ni Warlo Batak. Mas tumatapang, mas nagiging intentional pagdating sa kanyang mga contributions on the floor.
Toto Villarreal will be subbed back in. Situational substitutions. John Wilson will go out. We go to Owens. They have to speed things up. 20 seconds on the game clock. Owens with the drive. Owens, good hard drive. Still a 3-possession ball game, a 7-point lead. He will pressure up. Warlo using his speed. Gives it up. Naitawid ang bola. J.R. Flores will slow things down as much as possible. Bobby trying to push. The Flores blocked by McCoy Marcos, pero the ball stays with Basilan, with Pasig with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Japs with the inbound. They go far out, 5 seconds remaining. Maloles far out, hits the ring. Rebound goes to Bobby. Buhay pa itong Basilan. Tap from behind by Japs Bautista. All smiles on the bench of Pasig. They go double. They were not aware. McCoy gets the 2. This is a 5-point lead.
Yeah, this is just 5 points. Costly turnover maybe for Maloles. If this door is still open para dito sa Basilan.
J.R. Flores not looking. He was given that basketball. McCoy Marcos quick to his senses. Getting the steal, getting the fast break. McCoy Marcos cuts this lead to 5. A 2-possession ball game with still 26 seconds remaining on the game clock. We'll be back after timeout. Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
Well, a quick execution here.
Jay Gar is one of the leading scorers in today's ball game. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 14 points in the second quarter. All 4 3-pointers in the second quarter. They are up by 5 with 26 seconds remaining. Full court press is deployed by Pasig. Batak.
Ooh.
It's gonna hit the black shirt. And the ball. Let's see here. I haven't seen the call.
Now we got to figure out if it did hit somebody on the floor, on the side of Basilan.
A little worry on the face of Boss Buddy there. Warlo, doubled. No return pass available. And that might be on the side of Basilan, Coach Mike.
That might be. I don't think that ball changed direction after it bounced. It just went straight up. So high probability, walang tinamaan.
You know, Coach, I don't know if it's just me, but those are actually what you can learn from the pressure of Batangas.
Correct.
Yung quick double and then no first
Right.
pass available.
Right.
Thank you for the lessons you are giving us, Coach Cholo.
May mga tsaka may napipick up rin si Coach Ryan sa mga ganun eh. Ito naman, Basilan naman ang gumamit ng depensa na yun.
Basilan calling a timeout here. This is not a done deal. 21.9 remaining in the ball game, and they force a turnover. There you go. The timeout is called by Coach Arnold. We'll be back. J.R. Flores only averaging 2.5 points a ball game today. Coach Mike, a double-double for J.R. Flores.
Yeah, and huge explosion, especially in that third quarter run. When he was playing like a power forward or a point guard at certain points, finding teammates, finishing transition.
This time around, they will be playing defense. Basilan able to force a turnover, a very crucial one. Let's see what they have here in their offense. The flare not available. McCoy gets the basketball. They go to their best shooters. McCoy attacks, kicks it out. Owens, straight line. Neil Owens with a big three.
And just when you thought that the Basilan was done for this game, a costly turnover. McCoy Marcos drives, gets that defense involved, leaves up that corner three held by Owens. Good timing. Jobs had to chase real quick, but he was too late.
What a good play set up and executed. Let's go to the timeout of Pasig.
Okay, ikaw. Jobs, pagka-receive, sigurado, papaul yan. Hawakan na lang natin. Or, Warlo, labas lang. Then, Biggs, out tayo dito. Okay? Pag nakatanggap to, kasi baka makahelp eh. So, away tayo.
Okay, first pass ha. Pare, kahit saan. Kahit sino receive dyan. Pag-receive.
Deny na.
Okay, receive. Double.
Paglo muna tayo. Mga 2 to 3 seconds sa fall na.
Doon pinasa yan.
Agaw yan, agaw.
Doon. Ito. Double.
Strong, sige ha.
Kala nakasone lang tayo, pero double tayo hard ha.
Pag hindi na agaw, ito muna.
13 seconds remaining here. Crucial inbound on the side of Pasig. They go in, double. It's a push coming from Neil Owens.
Oh, they're going to call that foul of that double, and I think they're going to challenge this. Happened right in front of us.
See here once again, the double, no first pass available. There might be a push coming from Robin Ronyo. They're going to challenge this, coach.
But in that instance, it sure looked like 2 players or 3 players had that hand on the ball. It's going to be very interesting here.
It's going to be a crucial call here, whatever it may be. We're going to a timeout.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was some foul resulting in a jump ball in the center court.
This is going to be very interesting, Coach Mike. This will result into a jump ball situation. They're saying there's no foul called.
As I thought so as well, because you have all those guys really having their hands on the ball. I don't think there was a push.
Boss Buddy not happy with that call right there. It's a very crucial jump because this gives an opportunity for Basilan to actually steal the game here.
Yeah, and understandably slow on the side of Coach Sir Buddy, because they had a good inbound play and eventually ended up in that.
They put in their best jumper in Bobby Balocanag. Off the jump, ball is tapped, stolen. John Wilson drives. He is fouled. John Wilson is fouled.
Well, how about the veteran smarts of John Wilson? The first guy to get to that jump ball situation. Japs did his thing, but he was pretty much late. Pero yun na, inatawagan. Dito ka na kay Lester.
That's a good foul right there. And a good call by the referee. There is no... The 4th foul on Lester.
And I thought that was a good foul because you'd rather have him take 2 free throws than make 1 field goal.
Then basket and 1.
Right.
Still 5 seconds and 5.97. A timeout each for both of the squads. John Wilson on the first free throw makes it. Calm and collected for John Wilson. Babalik pa rin ang bola para dito sa Pasig. Second free throw for John Wilson. He makes 2 for 2.
And John is 5 out of 5 from the free throw line so far. He has not missed.
Big free throws for John Wilson. We may be seeing an overtime here. They go to Warlow. 5 seconds remaining. Warlow Batak attacks. Warlow, no whistle. Warlow Batak gets the game winner. All the way for Warlow.
And that is why Warlow Batak, we talked earlier about how he's been very influential of how things have turned out for Pasig. Look at that. He took that ball nearly 94 feet away dribbled all the way. Ronyo was anticipating a drive, but that body strength and that elevate combination of Warlo Batak allows that ball to trickle in and secure this win for Pasig.
You know, coach, from the inbound, they only knew to give it to one guy.
Yeah.
And it's Warlo Batak attacking all the way, getting the game winner. And what a finish we had
Yeah.
here, coach. Here in one arena, and it's the first of 3.
Right. It was give the ball to Warlo Batak, everybody get out of the way. And he just went in there and finished it.
What a win for Pasig. They get their win after that 30-point loss against Batangas. Pasig City able to recover and get back to their winning ways, while on the other end, Basilan with back-to-back losses. Both will hurt, one from Binyan. Now this time around against Pasig. What a ball game. A lot of guys to talk about. Jerome Garcia. We talk about J.R. Flores. We talk about Warlo Batak with the game winner. But coach, talk about the impact of Jacob Galicia.
Well, Jacob Galicia, production, rebounding, getting blocks. He's been all over the place. At moments when you felt they were silent, it was these post-ups that allowed Jacob Galicia to keep that lead on the side of Pasig.
Well, this player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Jacob Galicia was hurt late in the fourth quarter, but the impact was enough for him to get player of the game honors. Now he is with our courtside, Andre Endicio.
Maraming salamat, Juanito. First of all, congratulations, Jacob. Without a doubt, ang laki ng naging contribution mo sa pagkapanalo ninyo against a strong offensive team in Basilan. Pero yung pinakatumatak sa amin, yung efforts mo in this fourth quarter.
Yun nga, sinabi lang naman sa akin ni Coach Nani na gawin ko lang yung mga dapat kong gawin, yung role ko dito sa team. Dumepensa muna, tapos bonus na lang yung score sa akin.
But I have to ask this, anong masasabi mo dun sa game-winning shot ng iyong teammate na si Warlo Batak?
Wala na naman bago doon kay Warlo kasi talagang siya naman talaga yung first option namin dito sa team. So, ayun, sabi naman ni Coach, pagka na-inbound namin, bigyan na namin kay Warlo.
Alright, do you have any greetings or shoutouts? Go ahead.
Una sa lahat, thank you kay Lord. Binigay sa amin yung panalo na to. Tsaka binabati ko yung family ko sa Cavite, yung asawa ko kay Jamagapito, sa baby ko, tsaka sa mami ko, sa mama ko sa Paris, sa ate ko sa Dubai, sa mga tropa ko sa Arsenia, kina Don Pau, kina Leo, kina Renjun, tsaka sa mga tropa ko dyan sa lahat ng mga taga Cavite, tsaka Villa Maria.
Thank you so much. Once again, that was Jacob Galicia, our best player of the game, brought to us by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Andrea. Congratulations, Jacob Galicia and the Pasig City for getting their second victory here in our season. That was only the first of 3. Up next is your Caloocan City Batang Kankalo versus your Bacolod Mascara. Magbabalik tayo dito sa One Arena and here in the MPBL.